Hi Year 2, welcome to the third part of this book, Horrid Henry's Stinkbomb. Today's part is called Horrid Henry's School Projects. Susan, stop shouting! Ralph, stop running! William, stop weeping! Henry, just stop! Who do we think is talking there? What kind of person will be telling them to stop? Miss Battleaxe glared at her class. Her class glared back. "Miss!" screeched lazy Linda. "Henry's pulling my hair!" "Miss!" screeched gorgeous Grinda. "Ralph's kicking me!" "Miss!" screeched anxious Andrew. "Dave's poking me!" "Stop it, Henry!" barked Miss Battleaxe. Henry stopped. What was bothering her now? "Class, pay attention," Miss Battleaxe said. "Today we're doing group projects on the ancient Greeks. We're studying—" "The sacking of Troy!" shrieked Henry. Yes, he could see it now, Henry leading the Greeks as they crashed and slashed their way through the terrified Trojans. His spear would be the longest and sharpest, and Miss Battleaxe fixed Henry with her icy stare. Henry froze. "We're going to divide into small groups and make Parthenons out of cardboard, loo rolls and card," continued Miss Battleaxe. "First you must draw the Parthenon, agree a design together, then build it and paint it. I want to see everyone sharing and listening. Also, the head teacher will be dropping by to admire your work and see how beautifully you're working together." Horrid Henry scowled. He hated working in groups. He detested sharing. He loathed listening to others. Their ideas were always wrong. His ideas were always right. But the other children in Henry's groups never recognised Henry's genius. For some reason they wanted to do things their way, not his. The ancient Greeks certainly never worked together beautifully, thought Horrid Henry resentfully, so why should he? They just speared each other or ate their children for tea. "Henry, Bert, William and Claire, you're working together on table 3, said Miss Battleaxe. Horrid Henry groaned. What a horrible group. He didn't like any of them. Why did Miss Battleaxe never put him in a fun group with Ralph or Graham or Dave? Henry could see it now. They'd be laughing together in the corner, making trumpets out of loo rolls, sneaking sweets, throwing crayons, flicking paint, having a great time. Doesn't sound like what they're meant to be doing. But oh no. He had to be with Bossy Boots Claire, Crybaby William and Bert. Miss Battleaxe did it on purpose, just to torture him. "No," protested Horrid Henry, "I can't work with her." "No," protested Clever Claire, "I can't work with him." "Oh," wailed Weeping William, "I want to work with Andrew." "Silence," shouted Miss Battleaxe. "Now get in your groups and get to work. I want to see everyone sharing and working together beautifully, or else. Or else what?" There was a mad scramble as everyone ran to their tables to grab the best pencils and the most pieces of paper. Henry snatched the purple, blue and red pencils and a big pile of paper. "I haven't got any paper," screamed William. "Tough," said Horrid Henry. "I need all these for my design." "I want some paper," whined William. Clever Claire passed him one of her sheets, and William burst into tears. This paper's dirty, and I haven't even got a pencil." "Right, here's what we're going to do," said Henry. "I'm doing the design, William can help me build it, and everyone else can watch me paint." "No way, Henry," said Claire. "We all do a design, then we make the best one." "Which will be mine," said Horrid Henry. "Doubt it," said Clever Claire. "Well, I'm not making yours," said Henry, "and I'm doing the painting." "You're doing the gluing, I'm doing the painting," said Claire. "I want to do the painting," wailed William. "What do you want to do, Bert?" "I don't know," said Beefy Bert. "Fine," said Clever Claire. "Bert will do the tidying. Let's get drawing, everyone. We want our group's Parthenon to be the best." Horrid Henry was outraged. "Who made you boss?" demanded Henry. "Someone has to take charge," said Claire. Horrid Henry reached under the table and kicked her. "Ow!" yelled Clever Claire. "Miss, Henry kicked me." "Did not," shouted Henry. Horrid Henry is not a nice child, is he? I guess that's why he's called Horrid Henry. "Why isn't table 3 drawing?" hissed Miss Battleaxe. Claire drew. William drew. Bert drew. Henry drew. "Everyone should have finished drawing by now," said Miss Battleaxe, patrolling among the tables. "Time to combine your ideas." But I haven't finished, wept William. Horrid Henry gazed at his design with satisfaction. It was a triumph. He could see it now, painted silver and purple with a few red stripes. Why don't we just build mine, said Claire. Because mine's the best, shouted Horrid Henry. What about mine, whispered William. We're building mine, shouted Claire. Mine! Mine! Miss Battleaxe ran over. Stop shouting, she said. Show me your work. Well, that's lovely, Claire. What a fabulous design. Thank you, miss, said clever Claire. William, that's not a tower. That's a tower, not a temple. Start again. William cried. Bert, what is this? I don't know. It looks like a teepee, not a temple. She looked at Horrid Henry's design and glared at him. Can't you just follow the instructions? That temple looks like it's about to blast off. That's how I meant it to look, said Henry. It's high-tech. Margaret, sit down. Toby, leave Brian alone. Graham, get back to work, said Miss Battleaxe, racing off to stop the fight on table 2. Their classroom sounds wild. Our classroom is so much calmer than this. Right, we're doing my design, said Claire. Who wants to build the steps and who wants to decorate the columns? No one, said Horrid Henry, because we're doing mine. Fine, we'll vote. Who wants to build mine? Claire and William raised their hands. I'll get you for that, William. William burst into tears. Who wants to do Henry's? Only Henry raised his hand. Come on, Bert, don't you want to make mine? Pleaded Henry. I don't know, said Bert. It's not fair, shrieked Henry. I want to build mine. Mine, mine. That's it, shrieked Miss Battleaxe. Henry, work in the corner on your own. Well, that was the best news Henry had had all morning. Beaming, Henry went down to the corner and sat at his own little table with his own glue, his own scissors, his own paints, his own card, and his own pile of loo rolls. Bliss, thought Henry. I can build my Parthenon in peace. There was just one problem. There was only a small number of loo rolls left. It's not nearly enough for his Parthenon. He needed more. He went over to Moody Margaret's table. I need more loo rolls, he said. Tough, said Margaret. We're using ours. Henry stomped over to Susan's. Give me some loo rolls, he said. Go away, said Susan. Margaret took our extras. Sit down, Henry, barked Miss Battleaxe. Henry sat fuming. This was an outrage. Hadn't Miss Battleaxe told them to share? And here we were in this greedy classroom with his mates hogging the loo rolls when his Parthenon desperately needed engines. Break time. Leave your Parthenons on the table to dry, said Miss Battleaxe. Henry, you need to stay in at break and finish. What? Miss Break? But, sit down, ordered Miss Battleaxe, or you'll go straight to the head teacher. Oh. Henry knew the head, Miss Oddbod, all too well. He did not want to go back. He slunk into his chair. Everyone else ran out of the door onto the playground. Why was it always the children who were punished? Why weren't teachers ever sent to the head? It was so unfair. I might just have to nip down the hall for a moment. Don't you dare leave that table, said Miss Battleaxe. The moment Miss Battleaxe left the room, Henry jumped up and accidentally on purpose knocked over Claire's chair. He broke William's pencil and drew his skull and crossbones on Bert's teepee. Then he wandered over to Sour Susan's table. There was a freshly glued Parthenon waiting to be painted. Henry studied it. You know, he thought, Susan's group hadn't done a bad job. Not bad at all. Shame about that bulge on the side, though. If they'd shared one loo roll with me, it would balance so much better. Henry looked to the left, and he looked to the right. Snatch. Susan's support sagged. Better even that up, thought Horrid Henry. Yank. Thought Horrid Henry, glancing at Gorinda's table. What were they thinking? Those walls were far too thin. Grab. Gorinda's temple tottered. And as for Claire's pathetic efforts, it was positively bursting with useless pillars. Whisk. Claire's columns wobbled. Much better, thought Horrid Henry. Soon he had plenty of loo rolls. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Henry dashed back to his table and was innocently gluing away as the class stampeded back to their tables. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Crash! On every table, Parthenons started collapsing. Everyone shrieked and screamed and sobbed. It's your fault! It's your fault! You didn't glue it right! You didn't build it right! Rude Ralph hurled a paintbrush at Moody Margaret. Margaret hurled it back. Suddenly the room was filled with flying brushes, glue pots and loo rolls. Miss Battleaxe burst in. Stop it, bellowed Miss Battleaxe as a loo roll hit her on the nose. You are the worst behaved class. I'll leave you all alone for 1 minute and look at this mess. Now sit down. The door opened and in walked the head. Miss Oddbod stared at Miss Battleaxe. Miss Battleaxe stared at Miss Oddbod. What is going on? Said Miss Oddbod. There was a terrible silence. Henry shrank in his seat. Miss Battleaxe, come to my office now. No, whimpered Miss Battleaxe. Yes, thought Horrid Henry. Victory. That was the end of part 3. Do we think it really was victory? Do we think that Horrid Henry really won? I'm not so sure. I think Horrid Henry will probably get in trouble when they work out what he's done. Tomorrow is the last section of this book, and the last section is called Horrid Henry's Sleepover. So, look forward to that one.